What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? I know I'm a little early. I had scheduled this for 11 o'clock, but we're going to go ahead and get this party started. I'm going to try to get you guys some content today, okay? So we got to go ahead and get this party started. I'm coming. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hit that like button. Please and thank you so much. Hit that like button. We are going to talk about what had happened last night, honey. Now, I was going to come live last night and have this conversation, but baby, I just couldn't make it happen. Okay, I was sleepy and they was talking and there was so much going on. I said, listen, I'm going to have to listen to this again because I am sleepy. I'm going to have to listen to this again and then I'm going to have to come to the people. So I got up this morning. I listened to it again. I finished taking my notes and we are going to get into the things of the things. So last night, I'm going to come on camera in a second. Give me a second. Last night, Vincent Hill, aka Buddha, who, dropped his bombshell on Thursday morning about his relationship with Larry Reed. He said in his original video that he would do one question and answer. He said, when I feel like it, and he is going to do one interview. Now, we know that the question and answer piece of this, he did last night. He kind of dropped it. He did schedule it. I was out last night. I'll tell y'all later about my night last night. I'll do a review of that a little bit later on, probably after El Teddy gets done with his not run my mouth, silly Saturday. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about what I did last night. Oh shoot, I hit the wrong button. But let's get into this, you guys. Let's get into this. Sorry about this. The lighting is off. Look at this. All kinds of things are going on this morning. I don't know. Well, I know where the light is. The light is coming in from the sun is shining, honey. The sun is shining. Okay. So let's get into these things of the things of the things. Come on in. Give me a second. Let me close this curtain. Hold on. I don't like the way that's looking. Let me close this curtain. So Vincent Hill came in last night, and let me tell y'all something. I'm going to go over my notes. But first of all, if you watched it last night, but you were not reading the chat, baby, you missed 80% of the show. If you did not watch the chat or was not reading the chat, baby, you missed 80% of the show. Because when I tell you, as my girl Cruiser would say, the chat is where it's at, baby. When I tell you that the who's who of the church community was up in that chat last night and they was woo banging. Okay, they was arguing, they was throwing shade, they was going at each other as much as they was coming for Vincent. So let's get into it. Where are my notes, child? Because I ain't gonna keep y'all here long, and I know that y'all want me to just get to it. And I done already talked a little bit too much. Some people gonna be like, "You talk too much." So we're gonna get to it. Let's get into the things of the things. Let me get to my notes. Now, y'all know I'm gonna give as I go through my notes. Now, half of these notes I did last night while I was sleeping. The other half I woke up this morning and finished. So I can't be responsible for the ones I wrote last night because it was last night. Do you do your own hair? It's simply gorgeous. Thank you, Monique Hamilton. No, my love. I do not do my own hair. If I did my own hair, y'all would see a ponytail, and that would be about it. I'm not. The Lord did not bless me with that. The Lord blessed me with finding great hairstylists in my lifetime. I've had some really great hairstylists in my lifetime, and the stylist I have now, she's semi-retired. So I'm like, oh, I got to start looking for somebody because she only do hair like 4 days a week. But I'm gonna hold on to this until she say I'm done. And even then, I'm gonna probably beg her to can you just do me once every 2 weeks? The house. But anyway, so here we go. First of all, my first note says, why is he yelling? Y'all, again, I don't know if it was me or if it was him. But for the people who were in that chat last night, was he not yelling at the beginning? Now, y'all say I yell a lot, and I do because I talk loud, and y'all know I yell. I have a teacher voice. So a lot of times I don't realize I'm using my teacher voice, even when I don't have to use my teacher voice, and people have to tell me, bring it down. And I'm okay with that. I'm not mad when people tell me I need to bring my voice down because I don't hear it. I don't hear myself elevating. But baby, he was yelling. Why was he yelling at us? Why was Vincent yelling at us? He started off, he didn't even elevate to that. He just started off, he was on 20. Why? Put it in the chat if he was yelling. If y'all were there last night, y'all tell me why. Y'all tell me. He said, the first question, he said, I know the first question everybody wants to know is why now? So he started going back to the whole exposure that started last year with Cassie and Diddy and Keke Palmer and all of that. And I feel like in a roundabout way, he said it triggered him to say something. Because let's be clear, this was a 2-hour-long live. For the first hour and a half of the live, it took him 15 minutes to answer one question. Now, for the last 40 minutes, he was doing these rapid fire, and all of a sudden, now he knew how to give a succinct answer. So some of my notes are going to sound convoluted because his answers was convoluted. So I feel like what he was saying was seeing all of these people come forward and speak on their experiences made him want to come forward and speak on his experience. Now, let's call a thing for a minute. Let's peel this stuff. I had to rewatch it this morning and I turned down my volume. It was like, okay, Tracy, so it wasn't just me. The man was yelling. But anyway, with that being said, though, let's peel back the layers for a second. Now, he did say later on, somewhere in that 2 hours, he did say that there was that Larry Reed was abusive. Now, I don't know if he meant mentally or physically. I don't think physically. I could put a lot of things on Larry Reed, but I don't think Larry Reed was putting his hands on nobody. I don't know these people like that. I'm just telling you my opinion. I think he meant more mental than physical. But hey, boo. But what he had said was that when he does his interview, he will go deeper into the ins and outs of the actual relationship with Larry Reed. Okay. So putting that aside, let's peel back the layers on this. At the end of the day, what I'm not going to do based on what you have told us this far, I'm not going to go into what you have not said. I can't go into, well, when I do my interview, I'll tell it. Right. I think he meant mental as well. But let's just call it what it is. Let's base it on what you have told us, Mr. Vincent Hill. Based on what you have told us, you were in a consensual relationship with another man. And at its bare minimum, Larry Reed really didn't break any laws or do anything based on what you have told us. So I can't compare what you have told us to Cassie and Diddy or to Keke Palmer and her ex. However, I reserve the right to change my mind after you do your interview and you get into the nuts and bolts of what really went down between you and Larry. I reserve the right to change my mind. Now, don't get in my comments, y'all, telling me all the reasons why it's the same thing. Because I'm telling you now, based on what he had said so far, I'm not going to compare him to what we read happen to Cassie. However, I can understand how reading about what happened to Cassie may have triggered his experience with Larry. I know, see, now I'm giving a convoluted answer, but you all understand what I'm saying? This is where my brain was. I was like, okay, well, based on what you told me, I can't do the two, but I can understand that it could, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Thank you, Ravine. Hey, boo. I hope you're doing well. He was doing too much grandstanding. Child, we're gonna listen, Daniel. You know we're gonna go there. Listen, y'all know the one thing about me, I'm gonna tell y'all what I saw. Now, y'all ain't gotta always like what I saw or like my opinion of what I saw, but baby, I'm gonna tell you what I saw. Now, let me just go through my notes. He said that and he had an 8-part series on his YouTube channel prior to dropping this bombshell, right? And part of the on episode 2, I think he said it was, he spoke about how abusers always have a network of people around them that help the abuse continue to happen or are a part of the abuse, right? And he realized that he was a part of Larry Reed's network, I guess in both areas. He helped and he was a part of. He talked about he found healing through his network, through his through Safe Spaces, which is a group he's a part of. Y'all, I'm sorry, I don't know why this thing. Y'all know me and this camera. Lord, let me put it on. Lord, be a new camera on my list. Y'all need to order a new camera today. I hate because the camera is just, it's new, but it's, I don't know if this camera is just too powerful for this computer or what. I don't know what it is. Anyway, we're gonna get there. Anyway, he said that as people started reaching out to him for consultation, he said he does consulting work. I don't think he was clear on what he does. I don't know if it's on spirituality or if it's in other areas. Maybe it's spirituality, because I know he does do spirituality and stuff like that. So maybe that's what he was talking about, that as people reached out to him for consultations on spirituality, he said that there would be people that had reached out to him from Larry Reed's church that didn't know the basic things. Now, he didn't give us an example. He said, and I'm just a very plain speaker, so when I would say something and they would say, I don't know what you're talking about, or I don't know what that means, and he'd be like, what you mean you don't know what that means? Like, you weren't told, you weren't taught, like Larry didn't tell you this. And he said he realized that Larry was really doing a disservice to the people, and it made him feel some kind of way. Again, I'm telling y'all, he gave us these long answers that I thought were real basic questions, but we're just gonna keep talking. Okay. He felt like this was the divine time to cleanse his soul, and this is his way of cleansing his soul. Oh, the camera's finding y'all in. Okay, it's just me then. Okay. He said that he helped Larry hurt people, and it really hurt him that he played in Lisa's face all of these years. Now, Lisa is Larry Reed's ex-wife, and he mentions Lisa a lot. I don't know if he's blowing a dog whistle by mentioning Lisa, like to rev people up and get people upset, or if he really truly feels bad about what happened about being smiling in Lisa's face all those years, knowing that him and Larry allegedly was in this affair. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I'm gonna be honest with you, what I'm not gonna do. I love y'all to death, but let me tell you what I'm not getting ready to do. I'm not getting ready to do a timeline. I ain't about to sit here and figure out when Larry, because Larry and his ex-wife's relationship is very complicated as well. They were together, then they got divorced, then they got back together. I think they got remarried or something. They got back together, then they divorced again. Or maybe they were separated the first time and got back together, and then they're divorced, but they still live together. But Larry said there's no chance of reconciliation, but they live together. Listen, it's complicated. So what I'm not getting ready to do is sit here and figure out the timeline of when he says the affair started versus when Larry was married versus when they separated versus when they got back together. I ain't doing all that. If y'all follow Larry and y'all have followed all of his ins and outs and his ups and downs, then y'all can do the timeline. I ain't doing it. It's too much. If it were very succinct dates, then I would go boom, boom, boom. But they done broke up, got back together. They've been together since they was in high school. Larry said I ain't getting into all of that. But let's just say that for whatever reason, he feels like he really feels she moved into her own spot after COVID. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Aaron. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't keep up with these people like that. So anyway, I'm gonna just leave it there that he brings up Lisa a lot. He said that he is not doing this for money, but then later on he talked about how his money was funny. My notes might be a little bit out of order because I told you I woke up this morning and I had to watch it again. So some of my notes might be a little out of order, but I'm just going down my notes. He said he had to, okay, so one of the questions was, why did he bring other people into it? And he said that he had to expose the whole web of lies. Now, let me say this. Again, he went really, I mentioned in his chat that Larry Nelson, women in his chat, Ellen, that you should. No. Momo, I love you and I thank you, but no, listen, I'm telling y'all now, I'm getting out the group chat. I don't even want to be in this group chat anymore. I appreciate somebody texted me yesterday and was like, "Do you want me to tell him you interested?" I'll tell y'all. When I get to the end, maybe it'll make sense why I said that. But I appreciate it though. I appreciate y'all thinking of me. I do. I appreciate y'all thinking of me. But baby, no. I don't even want to be in this group chat no more. Okay. I'm about to put this over there with Monique and her son. Get me out of the group chat. So in the beginning, he said, he gave this convoluted answer about why he had to include other people. Oh, I had to expose the whole web of lies and blah, blah, blah. But then at the end, he gave a very succinct answer, which he could have given us at the beginning, which actually made sense to me. And what he said at the end was, I had to bring everybody in. So, and he didn't, what was funny was he wasn't speaking on why he exposed the whole web. He was talking about something different, but it applied. He said, well, I had to bring in other people so you would believe the story. So that no. Rewind that. That's not what he said. I don't want to misquote. Well, this is a paraphrase anyway. He said, I had to include other facts, I think is what he said, so you would know I was telling the truth. So you would say, wait a minute, how does he know about that? Wait a minute, who told him about that? And I took that and I applied it to why he exposed the whole web. I still disagree with him throwing everybody in the kitchen sink out when he decided to tell his truth, because telling your truth don't always mean you got to tell my truth. But that's another conversation. We can argue about that another day. However, I understood what he meant when he said, listen, I had to tell you that I had pictures of you naked because you knew you never sent me those pictures. So how would I have gotten them? Which is to validate my story. I had to show you that I had this picture of you, or this video of you drunk at the hotel room, to validate the fact that you know you never told me and you never sent me the video. So how did I get it? I had to tell you that on February the 14th, 2024, you wore a red shirt and some black shoes and you had on a thong. And I know you never told me that. So how would I know? Do I agree? Not necessarily, but I understand. Because here's the reason why I say, because here's the thing. Who are you trying to prove it to? If you are cleansing your soul, and you are telling your story, why do you need the web to believe you? Because if they're a part of it, they fucking know. Does that make sense? Am I not making sense, y'all? Because here's the thing. If I get, and y'all know I always gotta use El Teddy and Ebby as my example. If I get mad at El Teddy and Ebby, and I'm about to tell it, I'm gonna tell all the time that El Teddy cussed me out and all of this. I don't need to throw Abby in it. I don't need to throw Spill It Boy in it. I don't need to throw Jay the Nerd in it. I don't need to throw 500 other people in it, because if they're a part of the web, they already know. So I don't have to say on February the 14th, because if Abby is there and Abby saw it and Abby witnessed it, Abby already knows. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't understand. I understand that was his reason, but I still don't think he needed to do it. And I'm going to stand on that. I don't feel like there are certain people that I understand, there are certain people that I understand why you put a name in, but you ain't have to like you threw people in there. I mean, people caught strays that was in Mississippi. That dude, that one pastor, he lived in Mississippi. I know he was sitting there like, oh, goodness. Now, how did I get in this? What up, V. Lenore? Hey, boo. Listen, y'all. Y'all know I always got to pause when certain people drop down and say hi. V. Lenore has been giving us coverage over there on the Ernesto and the Sylvia, the what her name? The infamous Sylvia and all that. Y'all better get over there. She was streaming Fanny. I know Pam was streaming Fanny. Y'all better get over there and get this commentary V giving us over there on her channel, honey. If you ain't subscribed, y'all better get over there and subscribe and get that commentary. She interviewed, that's the one who interviewed Sonya, honey. All right, let me get back to my notes, y'all. Let me get back to my notes. Okay. He said he's not looking to get back at Larry. Sir, you are absolutely looking to get back at Larry. There is no reason to do this other than you. See, here's the thing. When somebody says, I told my story to cleanse my soul. No, you told your story because you wanted other people to know what happened. Because here's the thing. If Larry had done something criminal, that's another conversation. You told your story because you wanted people to know, because you wanted to hurt Larry. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how you slice it. You can slice and you can dice that however you want to slice and dice it. But at the end of the day, you told your story because you wanted to hurt Larry. And I don't give that. That's my opinion. Now, y'all ain't got to like my opinion. Y'all ain't got to agree with my opinion, but that's my opinion. And here's the thing. I ain't even mad at you about it. I'm not mad at you about it. You feel like this man played with your heart for 15 years, 13 years, however many years. You feel like this man played with your heart. I'm mad at you for saying I'm going to get back. Listen, my thing is this. Just call a thing a thing. Just call a thing a thing. Be like, yep, I did it. Larry pissed me off. I got all my money from him. I knew I wasn't going to get no more money from him. I knew that well was dry. My money a little funny because he said it. He said it, not me. Still doesn't mean that that's his motive. I ain't saying that's his motive, but I'm saying he absolutely wanted to get, in my opinion, Kim. In my opinion, Kim, I can't tell you what that man's motive is. That man said that he's trying to cleanse his soul. Okay, cleanse it. Cleanse it. But that's my opinion. My opinion is you was trying to get back at him, and I ain't mad at you. You a man scorned. People do it all the time when they get their heart broken. People do it all the time. Tasha, this is what we're not gonna do now. Tasha, you know I love you, girl. You can't come in here talking about some who Vincent Hill. We've been talking about Vincent Hill for 2 days. Ain't that man's name? Ain't it Hill? Am I saying his name wrong? Ain't that man last name Hill? Buddha. Ain't it Hill? I will cleanse my soul with my therapist. I picked up, and I'm gonna tell you why. In my opinion, he wanted to hurt Larry. So he read this letter that he wrote to Larry. And I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth. He lost me somewhere in the middle of the letter. I don't remember what he was saying. I don't care. But at the end of the letter, he said he won. You won. What was the game? I agree, Really B. He may have his own professional motivation. However, I'm glad that he is sharing. What? Listen, you know I'm glad. I'm just we down here talking about it, okay? Listen, if you're gonna let me in the group chat, damn it, we're gonna talk about what's in the group chat. I'm telling you. Now, I'm telling you now, at the end of this, I want to get out this damn group chat. I don't think I want to be here anymore. Okay. Oh, you didn't know he's a former employee of Larry Reid, and he alleges that him and Larry have been engaged in a sexual relationship for the last 13 years. That's who he is. What was CTV talking about last night? He said Larry will be vindicated, and it was fake. I didn't see the video, Nitwit, so I don't know. I can't speak to what CTV said. I did not see it. But CTV is going to defend Larry. That's his friend, and he believes that Larry didn't do anything wrong. Because, again, and he's going to defend Larry. I'm going to leave it at that. What up, Cruiser? Baby, when I say he yelled, I won. First of all, Cruiser, why was that man yelling at us? Now, Cruiser did her own review. Y'all got to go catch Cruiser's review this morning. She did it. Why was he yelling at us, Cruiser? That man was yelling. Why was he yelling at us? I don't understand why that man was yelling at me last night. I couldn't take it. It was I was tired. And I had a few cocktails yesterday. Why was he yelling at me? Anyway, so when he said I won, to me, when somebody says I won, that implied that there's a game. So if you're saying that you won, that means that you were involved in a game that you felt like you needed to let the people know that you won. Now, again, he may mean that he won in spirituality, or that he cleansed his soul, or that he got right with God. I don't know what he's saying he won, but he let us know that he won. And he said it a lot, and he yelled it when he said it. So he wanted us to know that he won. And that was his letter to Larry, that he won. It was somewhere around that time that I started paying attention to the chat. Listen. Hey, Conscious, what's up, boo? I have a third recorded call between me and Vincent of him denying everything he alleged in the past few days. Vincent got to make it make sense. I just came to dance for y'all. That's it. You better dance, Conscious. Conscious said he gonna drop dead. I haven't seen the Conscious video, so I couldn't speak on that. Now, Conscious said he got a recording. Now, let me go ahead and just say that part too. Since Conscious is in here, baby, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and speak on the part about Conscious. Conscious said that, Vincent said that Conscious does have a recording of him. He said it was after Larry fired him. He said he knew he was being recorded. Now, what I found interesting. Yeah, what time are you going live, Conscious? Let me know what time you're going live, boo. What I found interesting, and I wrote it in my notes. I'm not just saying this because Conscious is in the room. I wrote this in my notes. What I found interesting was that he didn't deny anything that's in the video. That's in the audio. He just said he knew Conscious was recording him. So I don't know what that means. So just because you knew you were being recorded, he said, and if Conscious doesn't play the part where I said, Conscious, I know I'm being recorded, then you know it's edited. Again, edited why? I didn't understand that part. So if you knew you were being recorded, what are you saying? Are you saying that you were lying, or you say, like, what? I'm not understanding. So we're gonna go over the Conscious and we're gonna hear the recording. Conscious, tell me what time you're going live, boo, and I'll drop it. Or drop it in the chat yourself. Tracy or Don, can y'all drop make sure can you drop Conscious's link, Villanore's link, and Cruiser's link, and make sure Cruiser has 2 channels. So make sure it's the one, please, where she talked about Vincent from this morning. Please, please, and thank you. Y'all drop those links for me, please. So Conscious will let us know when he's going live. If drop the link and you subscribe, and you're gonna know when he's going live. Put a notification, you're gonna know when he's going live. But that's the part I was confused about, because I don't understand if I know I'm being recorded, either I'm going to disengage or everything I'm saying is true. So you never said, oh, it's all lies. You never said it. You just said, oh, I knew he was recording me. I'm too smart for that. You're not that damn smart, Vincent. So I was confusion. Conscious says, I have multiple recordings. Visit the I have multiple recordings. Vincent don't know what I recorded. He's assuming he knows what combo out of dozens we had over time. I don't know what time yet. I got a busy day. I will inbox you when I said, okay, thank you. I'll put it on. I'll let the people know when you set it up. Conscious said, listen, I got other things to do today. Okay? Now, I'm gonna do it when I'm gonna do it. Baby, Conscious. We gonna run over here. I might not be out the group chat yet. I might not be out the group chat yet. Because, baby, I'm going to hear what Conscious got to say, and I might have to run back over here and talk about it. I might not get out the group chat yet, y'all. I might not get out the group chat yet. Let me get back to these notes. Baby, I got time today. They done canceled everything because they thought I don't know why they keep listening to the news thinking we're going to get 10 feet of snow and it'd be a dusted, child. It's barely enough snow to cover my front yard out there. They done canceled everything. My baby not bowling today. We ain't got the school dancing got canceled. The Valentine's Day, everything that got. Oh, but you know what? I am going to go see. I think I am going to go see the Bob Marley movie, though. Okay, let me get back to this. Okay, playing in Lisa's face, not looking for money. Okay, not looking to get Larry back. Said he's not a liar. This is what I wrote in my notes, y'all. said he's not a liar, but you've been lying. That's what the last part was me. So here's what you can't say to me. You can't say, I'm not a liar. People know that I'm truthful. People know that I'm true. People know that I'm not a liar. People know that I've been truthful. But you literally, this whole expose is based off of you telling us that you've been lying for the last 20 years for Larry Reid. See, you got to make it make sense. You can't sit here and tell me I'm not a liar. People know that I'm truthful. People know that I'm not a liar. And then turn around and say, oh, yeah, well, for the last 13 years, I've been lying to everybody. I've been lying to Larry's wife. I've been lying to Larry's friends. I've been lying to the church. I've been lying. It can't be both. Now, if you want to say to me, I know I have been on, I lied to cover up what I've been covering up, but through therapy, I'm cleansing and I'm telling you the truth now. You can do that. But you can't say, I'm not a liar, but you've been lying. See, that's what I wrote in my notes. I mean, you can't do both. It can't be both things. Okay. He said that there's this thing where he said that he is the creator and the curator of Larry Reid Live. What I said in my video the other day was, we're playing word games. And I don't like people that play word games. I don't like people that piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Larry Reid has been using social media for years. I have not known Larry Reid or known of Larry because I don't know him. I have not known of the Larry Reid live show I haven't known of it that long. Matter of fact, even when all that stuff went down with T.S. Madison, Larry Reid, and all this stuff, when her and Kaya fell out, I didn't know who Larry Reid was then. I was like, who is this? I knew who T.S. Madison and Kaya were because I used to love the Queen's Court. That was my show. But I didn't know who all these people were. I didn't know who they were. I didn't find out who Larry Reid was until probably during COVID. I think COVID is when he started coming up in my, probably because I was doing online church and stuff. So Larry Reid started popping up in my, how YouTube does. So honestly, I didn't even know who he was back then. However, what I do know now is that Larry Reid has been doing social media for years. So here's what I have a problem with. I have a problem with you saying you created and you were the creator and the curator of the Larry Reid live show. Now, if you say to me, I helped Larry Reid transition what he was doing on social media into the show that we now know as the Larry Reid live show, and we came up with the logo and we came up with the format and we did this and we did that, boom, I can walk with you on that. But what you're not gonna say to me is, I created the Larry Reid. How the fuck you create something that don't even, that's his, it's his name. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. I don't like it. I don't like it. I would rather you say, listen, I helped him create what we now know as the Larry Reid live show. Conscious said Larry Reid live since MySpace. Vincent wants the main character energy when he is the water boy, and that's what. Hold on? I need to put a pin in this right here. Whether you like Conscious TV or not, y'all know I like me some even when we disagree, I like my Conscious TV. Conscious he know how to read somebody. Conscious he know how to throw a read. Baby, Conscious, please don't never cuss me out. If you get mad at me, baby, just cuss me out of my DMs. Cause Conscious he know how to fucking read somebody. Whew, okay, moving on. Just cuss me out my DMs, please. Say he is looking for main character energy and he is the water boy. Moving on. But yeah, so he said that he did Larry Reid's music. He did the reality show. He did the Reformation Church retreat. He did the And he was saying that he had a big hand in it. He didn't say he did it all, but he said he did a big hand in it. He had a big hand in it. I'm not saying you didn't have nothing to do with it. And I wasn't there, so I can't say the percentage of it, but I don't know. I just feel like he was trying to take a lot of energy. I mean, a lot of credit. This man said he was getting paid $8,000 a month. Y'all, fair exchange ain't never been robbery. We're talking about the money now. We ain't talking about the alleged relationship. We ain't talking about the sex. We ain't talking about none of that. We talking about what you said you did for this man. What you said you did for this man. Fair exchange ain't never been robbery. You were making $4,000 a month. So even if you did everything you said you did, even if you produced this and helped write that and did this and helped do that, sir, you were paid for your talents. And you were paid well. $4,000 a month. Were you paying taxes on that $4,000 a month? I'm just saying, was they taking out taxes? Because like Cruiser did the math, she said that's $96,000 a year, and y'all were living in North Carolina / Atlanta. I know what the cost of living is in North Carolina, Atlanta. I lived in North Carolina for 6 years. I lived in North Carolina. I never lived in Atlanta, but I have friends that did, and I know what the cost of living was in Atlanta. Sir, fair exchange ain't never been no robbery. Now I'm gonna leave that there. I don't have no sympathy for you when it comes to the money side of this. And if you talking about Larry robbing the church, well, he robbing the church to pay you. That's all I'm saying. See, sometimes it's okay to just be quiet. Sir, you should have just dropped that video. And probably you were probably already just leaving it there. You probably, because now I'm gonna be honest with you, I walked away from your question and answer with more questions than answers, and that's just the truth of the matter, and that's just my opinion. When it comes to the church, and let me tell you something about ReallyBTV when it comes to church. And this ain't about Larry Reed. This ain't about this ain't TD. This ain't about no particular pastor in general. This is how I feel about organized religion. This is how I was. This is how I've always been my whole life. And anybody who knows me know this is how I've always been my whole life. Part of the reason why I don't like or I don't trust big churches and mega churches now is because I don't like the way the money is spent. That is a me thing. That is a ReallyBTV thing. And that ain't a Larry Reed. That is all of them. When I look at a TD Jakes, a Joel Osteen, any of them, and I look at their lifestyle and don't make sense to me, I got a problem with it. That's me. I grew up in the Catholic Church, and yes, the Catholic Church is the richest denomination in the world. But on its local level, in the parishes where I went, I saw that how the parishes was moving with the money. I grew up, I joined the House of Prayer when I was after I graduated from college. The one thing I love about the House of Prayer is that I always know where the money is. There are pastors in the House of Prayer that got 9 to 5 jobs. I knew pastors in the House of Prayer that were janitors Monday through Friday. Because in the House of Prayer, there's no salary. Everything is free will offering. And when people talk about, oh, the bishop in the House of Prayer, oh, they giving the bishop their money, it's free will offering. He ain't on salary. The only money the bishop get in the House of Prayer is the money the people give him. When the House of Prayer builds a church, guess what? It ain't never no mortgage. When that last brick is laid, ain't no mortgage. Because the bishop says, how can you dedicate something to God that don't belong to you? So we don't never have no dedication in the House of Prayer unless it's paid for. So for me, that's always been my thing. So when I hear people talk about, oh, the bishop living good off the church's money, that don't never surprise me. And it honestly don't even make me mad, because if we look around at organized religion, it's a whole lot of people living all good off the church's money. The pastor driving a Benz, the church people catching the bus. That's always been how I felt. So again, if somebody waiting for me to get mad about that part of it, it ain't gonna happen. Because I ain't gonna tell nobody what to do with their money. But if you see that if the people can look online and see Larry Reed with the Louis Vuitton and the Bentley and the this and the this and the that, and they still sold their money into him, that's their business and that's their money, and I don't give a damn. And I ain't gonna be mad about it. I say the same thing about a TD Jakes. I say the same thing about a Joel Osteen. I say the same. Hell, Creflo Dollar changed his last name to Dollar. And the people still gave him money. He changed his name to Dollar. That ain't that man's name. He went in front of his church and told them people he needed a new jet. And guess what they did? They raised the money for that man to get a jet. I promise y'all I ain't about to sit here and get mad about that. That I ain't. This light is getting on my nerves today. The building fund and the building is dilapidated. No one questions that. Yeah. So, I mean, y'all, you know, I'm sorry. What time is it? Okay, let me keep up with my time. Now here's this whole thing. Now here's where the chat. I'm gonna just talk about all the chat. Child, we had a donut in there, woo banging with Thais. We had Thais throwing shade because King Jives was there. We had King Jives throwing shade at Larry and at Vincent and then you had William McCray and he was in there woo banging. King Payne was in there woo banging. Listen, the chat was fucking hilarious because it wasn't just them people woo banging; it was their supporters. William McCray's people was in there woo banging. Daryl Moore's people was in there woo banging. The Top Squad was in there woo. Listen, they was in there and they was throwing haymakers. They was throwing haymakers. Baby, I was laying there last night. Half the time I wasn't even paying attention to half of what Vincent was saying because I was laughing my ass off in that damn chat. Do you hear me? I was screenshotting shit. Vincent forgot that Larry is monetized on Facebook, YouTube, has a thriving Patreon, investments, rental properties, and receives okay. Conscious. I'm not intelligent enough for that word. A tumora. If I mispronounce that, charge it to my head, not my heart. That is for his personal well-being along with residuals. Yeah, I mean, listen, Larry Reed has multiple streams of income. So does the TD Jakes of the world. So does the Joel Osteen said that he's living off of the money from his books and stuff, that he don't live off the money that he said the church ain't even paying him at this point. I don't know if that's true or not. Not my business. Don't care. And again, I say when it comes to the money piece of it, you're not going to get me mad about how a pastor's living with the church money when he ain't hiding it. You see, I mean, Larry don't hide his money. Clearly, the Reformation Church ain't got no problem with how Larry living. Because baby, that chat was a whole shit show. Tracy said Creflo Augustus Dollar Jr. was born Michael Smith. There you go. Tumara. Okay, thank you. Taruma. I'm sorry, Taruma. Thank you for the phonetic pronunciation. I've heard people use the word before. Now that I've heard the word before, but I don't know what it is. I have to do my research on that. But anyway, here's where I don't know all of the history. And I'm not interested in going back and researching. But somewhere along the way, William McCray, I guess, was in some sort of beef with Larry Reed and with Vincent. And somehow along the line, Vincent was able to delete William's blog, I guess he had, or I don't know what it was. I guess it was a blog or YouTube. I know his YouTube channel was deleted. So he said that Vincent has his. So somebody in the chat asked the question, apologize to William if you deleted his files or if you had something to do with his files being deleted. Or you should apologize to William, or however they worded it. So then he says, William, I'm sorry. So to me, that was an admission. Because that's what I read now. when I was listening to Cruiser took it and read something different. See, the chat was moving so fast. Cruiser read something different. But where I read it was the person in the chat said, apologize. Da 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 da. Priestly dues. Okay, that's what a rumor is. A priest. Okay, all right. Thank you. So I was like, well, to me that means he admitted he did it. Now he did tell William. Child, he started imitating William. It was funny because he did sound just like William. He told William bring his hips in here, which was hilarious, and William did drop down. And what he told William was, he said, I don't think it can be fixed. Now, again, Cruiser took it as him saying, I don't think our relationship can be fixed. I took it as, because William was talking about, give me my files back, give me my channel back, give me my stuff back. And I took it as him saying, I can't fix that. It, like, what you want me to do, I can't do. Like, for example, he can't get William's YouTube channel back. First of all, the timeline has elapsed on that. When something happens with YouTube, you have a timeline to appeal it. That happened years ago. There is nothing that Vincent can do. Well, nothing is a strong word. I can't say nothing because I don't know all of the details. But I don't think there's anything Vincent can do to give William his YouTube channel back. That's my opinion. He said, William said, well, give me my files that you deleted. He said, well, if they're deleted, how can I get them? Which is valid. But he did say, I'll get you your files back. That's what he said. I did. And then he said, well, I'll try to get you. So to me, it sounds like you admitted to whatever William McCray has been saying for the last however many years about what you did to him. Now, that's what it sounds like. And again, I don't know all of the details, so I ain't going back down that road. As far as Daryl Moore is concerned, Daryl Moore said, why didn't you stand up for me? If you knew Larry was telling the truth about those boys, why didn't you stand up for me? And will you testify to try to get my whatever? Because, Daryl Moore has a judgment against him for contempt of court. Daryl, a judgment is just that. It's over. You can't overturn that. It's a judgment. So I don't think there's anything Vincent can do to help you, Daryl. Now, what Vincent did say was, Daryl, you was doing too much. You was going too hard and you were doing too much. Now, let me say this again. I was not around and I wasn't doing YouTube commentary on the church sector or anything like that. So I really don't remember all of the details. But what I do remember is, Daryl, you was doing damn near a video a day. You was doing damn near a video a day on Larry Reed and the alleged victims. What Vincent said and what Vincent continues to say is he does not know for a fact that Larry Reed did anything to anybody. That is what he has said. Now, what he did say was some of what Levontre said rang true to him because of his experience. He never said, well, I know that Larry did it. At least I didn't hear him say that. At least I can't. So I don't know what y'all wanted. See, here's the thing. All them people, and then King Jives brought up, well, what was your beef with the King Jives show? And this gonna probably get me in trouble. Ooh, ReallyB, maybe you need to shut up. Ooh, maybe you need to shut up. But I'm going to say it because these people don't know me and I don't care. Right, Daryl went to that man's house. All right, yeah, like Daryl. So, and this is what I'm getting ready to say. The enemy of my enemy don't make us friends. And I feel like a lot of people last night was dropping in that chat, wanting Vincent all of a sudden to cape for them and wanting Vincent to all of a sudden, now we friends now because you mad at Larry or you done fell out with Larry and I done fell out with Larry or I'm mad at Larry. So now me and you need to link up. And I know that you was working with Larry and all of a sudden now, because you was working with Larry and I was working with Larry, then now all of a sudden you need to tell me everything that happened and somehow it's going to vindicate me. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. That's not how this works. Just because I fall out with somebody and you ain't friends, that don't make us friends. And I damn sure, listen, I take shit to the grave. That's why I wouldn't be good. I tell you all the time, I wouldn't be good down in the beef sector because that ain't how I roll. If me and you fall out, I don't care what you told me. That's between us, and it was between us when we was friends. I ain't putting it out there unless it's unless it's a criminal situation or whatever. I ain't putting that. Well, even if it's criminal, I got some criminal secrets too. Never mind, never mind. But that's just not how I roll. And I feel like a lot of people in that chat last night, a lot of these other people that felt like they were wronged by Larry Reed, all of a sudden y'all thought that Vincent was going to drop down and give y'all something. First of all, there are two things I'm going to say about that. The first thing I'm going to say is this, and this is the part that's going to get me in trouble. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it once, and then I'm going to move on because it's going to get me in trouble. Here's what I'm going to say about this. Y'all listen. Come in close. I need everybody to own their shit. Remember when I said fair exchange ain't no robbery? We're not going to sit here and act like Larry was just coming down here picking on everybody and that y'all wasn't swinging and y'all wasn't doing nothing to Larry Reed. And I ain't saying this because I'm a fan of Larry Reed or not. Larry don't know who the fuck I am. And I don't agree with everything Larry does and says. But what we're not going to do is act like y'all was innocent and Larry was the big bad wolf. That's what we're not going to do. So Daryl, King Jives, some of them, who else was down in there? Some of them other people, we're not going to sit here and act like y'all didn't go back and forth. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. The second thing, well, I guess I got three things to say. But the second thing I'm going to say is when you pick a fight when David picks a fight with Goliath, you can't be mad that it was Goliath and you was David. Sometimes David come out on top. Sometimes David get his ass whooped. And that's what it is. So William, you and Larry was woo banging. Larry did what he did, and Vincent did what he did, or however that went down. King Jives, you and Larry was woo banging. Seen you go at Larry. I don't know where it started. I don't know who started it, but I know you ain't sat back and ain't never said nothing back to him. It ain't one-sided. Daryl, it ain't one-sided. I don't know how it started, but I know you was giving. I know you was at that man's house. And whoever else was in the chat, I don't even remember all the different people who was in the chat. But the other thing I'm going to say is this. Listen. This the third thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to get back to my notes. If Vincent did all this stuff that y'all saying he did, then that means Vincent was involved in some criminal activity. Why the fuck would he admit it? Hello? Why would he admit, if y'all saying that this man did all this dirty, grimy stuff that y'all saying he did, that means that he was involved in some dirty, grimy stuff. Why would he put himself out there? Now, he exposed it, but he ain't dumb enough to expose himself. I'm just saying. Okay. Then he started getting into some of the things that he said, I guess, were some of the abusive things. He said that Larry wouldn't allow him to have friends outside of the circle, that he had to get approval. He said that he wasn't allowed to visit his family without Larry's permission. He said that he joined the church when he was 23. He had only had one sexual partner prior to that, and that Larry was his second sexual partner, and that him and Larry were involved from the age of 23 to the age of 31. Now, that's what he said. He said that after he got fired and he went back to the church, he said him and Larry were not sexually active when he went back to the church. He said Larry is an abuser and a manipulator, and he would tell all of that when whoever he decides to interview with. He said, somebody in the chat said, do you feel like you have a father fracture? Because somebody in the chat, and again, I told you I'm not going to bring up other names, but they mentioned some other people that are in Larry's circle, and they say, well, all of these people have father fractures. Do you feel like Larry preys upon people who are looking for a father figure? And he said he did have a father fracture. Him and his father are good now, but yes, that could be true. I already talked about William McCray. I already talked about King Jives. He said that Bishop George. Never mind. I wasn't bringing nobody else up. Never mind. He said that the total recording that he has with Larry is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. He said that he stopped trusting Larry, and from that point forward, he always recorded all of his conversations with Larry. And I wrote this in my chat. In my notes, the enemy of my enemy is not always my friend. I wrote that in my notes. So listen, this is what I'm gonna say, y'all. So that's what Vincent said. So let me say this. It's okay to be quiet. Just like I said the other day that I feel like Larry should have been quiet. He shouldn't have said nothing. I'm going to say the same thing about Vincent. Vincent, you probably should have just left this alone, bro. You should have just dropped that video. And if you want to do an interview, do an interview. And if you really going to walk away from it and you really done with it, then that's what you should have done. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I walked away from that interview feeling very... Well, not interview, that question and answer. I walked away feeling some kind of way about that from that question and answer. And I'm gonna tell you part of what I feel, part of why I feel some kind of way. I was very unnerved with your demeanor. Something that sometimes people talk too much and they tell on themselves. I need y'all to walk. Conscious, you still in them bushes. I'm gonna need y'all to walk with me on this one. The smart people, let me not say it like that. Let me not say it like that. The people who are used to me are going to be able to follow what I'm getting ready to say because I got to say something without saying it because ain't nobody going to sue me. When he was mimicking William McCray and he was repeating some of the rumors that William McCray said about him, one of the things he said was that William McCray accused him of being on drugs. What I'm going to say is that video last night did not help dispel the rumor. Bro, what the fuck was wrong with you? Shout out to the 323 people that's in the room. If you are new here, please subscribe. We have a good time. We laugh and we joke and we talk what we gotta talk. And if you haven't hit that like button, I need you to do it. I need you to do it, please. Now, I'm not saying that he was. I'm saying you did not help dispel that rumor. That is what I am saying. Sir, here's what I'm going to say. I had a friend in school. We went in school together. We went in school together until the 8th grade. As an educator, I can look back and understand what she was doing. But as a kid, I didn't understand what she was doing. The girl couldn't read, right? As an adult, I understand now that she would do things to distract from the fact that she was not a good reader. And back in the day, y'all know when y'all was in school, the teacher would call on you and you had to read on it. Remember, the teacher would say, so-and-so, Conscious, read the next paragraph. Lord have mercy. And you'd be sitting there like, please don't let it be a word I can't pronounce. Please don't let it be a word I don't know. And you would be nervous. You'd be on the spot. And I had a friend, and whenever she couldn't read very well, whenever it was her turn to read, she would do this nervous laugh. And she would use it as a way to distract us because when she got to a word she didn't know, she would sort of stumble through it, but she would be laughing while she did it. And we would be so busy laughing at her laughing that it wasn't even until later that I realized that girl couldn't even read. Okay. And he said, well, when I get nervous, I have this little nervous thing I do. I have a little nervous laughter. Sir, that wasn't even nervous laughter. That wasn't you were real off, bruh. And here's what I can't do. I can't take you seriously if you're not taking it seriously. If you are laughing and making jokes that aren't funny, and you keep going off topic and you keep ticking and fiddling and doing all of this, and you're talking about something serious as what you want us to take it, I can't take it more serious than what you taking it. And you laughed and was silly and was joking the whole time. At no point in that 2-hour-long live were you serious at all. You didn't even start off serious. You didn't even start off like this was something you really were trying to get us to understand your point of view on at all. So somebody like myself who walked in with an open mind, I walked away with, what the fuck was that? Why do you think he always has a paper to read from? It's a script. Right. And here's the thing, Conscious, I'm not even mad about a script because I know, like for me, y'all know I'm ADHD and I be all over the damn place. And sometimes I have to write stuff out so that I stay fuck on topic. So the script part don't even bother me so much. It really was his mannerism and his effect. Like if y'all know I have been an administrator. Y'all know I'm in education and I've been on every level. I have never been a principal, but I've been on a variety of levels, but I have been an administrator. I have had to deal with students coming to me and telling me a story. And I have had to read through and decipher through whether you telling me the truth or you telling me some bullshit. And I've had kids come to me with serious and crying and hooting and hollering. And I've had kids come to me that couldn't keep a straight face and couldn't be silly. So I don't automatically assume that somebody who's being silly isn't being truthful. I understand that sometimes people get nervous and they have ways of coping. But baby, I also have seen other things in my life. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all swear up and down that I'm a queen pin bay, that I didn't had all of these these boyfriends. Okay, y'all didn't accuse me of all of these things. So you gotta listen when I tell you, okay? I done seen some things and I done know some things, and all I'm saying is you ain't help your case. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is you ain't help your case. I personally, I honestly still feel the same way I felt when the video dropped. My opinion honestly hasn't changed. And y'all know I don't really give y'all my opinion a lot. A lot of times I try to just bring y'all the information and let y'all take it however y'all gonna take it. But I honestly feel the same way I felt from the beginning. My opinion hasn't changed, and his question and answer didn't clear nothing up for me. You said that why now you talking about Diddy and stuff. Shit, that was 3 months ago. You did it because you wanted to do it. You chose now because this was the time. What you want out of it, I don't know. Are you trying to get something from it? I don't know. I don't care. And honestly, now I said I was gonna say take me out the group chat. I was gonna say take me out the group chat, but now I'm saying I hear what Conscious talking about before I leave the group chat. I need to hear what Conscious talking about before I leave the group chat. No, I'm for real, really be. It's a script. Vincent is a part of Larry's media production team for Larry's reality show. He produces shows. It is a literal script he's reading from that he created. Oh. 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 Huh. Well, I'm not leaving the group chat. I'm not leaving the group chat yet. I'm gonna go and see what we talking about. Because listen, I ain't got no dog in none of this fight. I promise you I don't. I don't have a dog in none of this fight. But my opinion, as it stands right now, my opinion honestly has not changed. And I feel the way I feel. I do not feel like he did himself any favors, honestly, by coming down here. I feel like, and if he wants to do an interview and he wants to get into the meat and potatoes and the nitty gritty, go for it. Go for it. But if he really truly is going to do a one and done and walk away, let me tell you something. I respect that if he does what he says he's going to do. I respect that he says, listen, I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to do my question and answer. I'm going to do one interview and then I'm going to walk away. And I'm going to tell you what else is going to be very telling. It's going to be very telling who he chooses to do his interview with. Now, he said he doesn't want to choose anybody that is in the church space because he wants people that are unbiased, that may or may not know a whole lot. Mim's name has come up. Somebody earlier in the chat, somebody said they put my name in. I don't want it. And I mean that. And I'm not saying that the bullshit. I ain't playing. I don't want it. I don't want to do the interview. I don't. So don't. I love the fact that y'all thought of me and that y'all thought I would do a good job. I appreciate that. But no. We not at all. Mm-mm. Right. If he chooses Tasha K, that'll tell me everything I need to know. Now that, and when somebody brought up Tasha K, he ain't rule it out. He ain't say no. He said he said I haven't made a decision yet. That's what he said. Sean said he ain't got nothing to do with church people, so it don't matter who he picks. But it's a church story because it's connected to Larry Reed. He's going to choose Tasha. It was all over his face last night. Again, if he chooses Tasha, that'll tell me everything I need to know. It'll tell me, in my opinion, if you choose Tasha K, knowing what's going on with Tasha K and Larry, knowing Tasha K's reputation, what that says to me is, once again, this is about get back. This is about hurting Larry. This isn't about telling your story. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. It's probably going to be TK. He's going to pick someone who doesn't like Larry. Probably going to choose what? Now, that's the one person I didn't see in the chat. Did y'all see Wally? You know what? I might not have seen Wally because Wally blocked. Wally might have been. Was Wally in the chat? Because y'all know I got Wally blocked. So he might have been in the chat and I just didn't see him. Was Wally there, y'all? He said he liked me. Yeah, he said he liked memes. Chef Don Don said, I've been blocked. Okay, Bobo said he was in the chat. See, I got him blocked. I couldn't see him. I got him blocked. Listen, I didn't drop down in the chat. I was reading the chat, but baby, I did not drop down in that chat. No, ma'am, Pam. Nope, I ain't had nothing to say. But I watched it. Listen, let me tell you something. That chat was hilarious. Do you hear me? That chat was off the chain. I can't do Wiley. I tried, but I just can't. Villanor, listen, my block list is not that long. I do not have that many people blocked because I just don't. Y'all know I don't care. You come. I mean, there's nothing somebody can say about me that's gonna hurt my feelings. Like there's nothing y'all can say about me that hasn't been said. Like I've been fat my whole life. Calling me fat don't bother me. It just really don't. And there's really not anything else you can say about me because people don't know me. So what you gonna say? Oh, you got a house. Hurt my feelings. Oh, you have a career. Hurt my feelings. Oh, you got a car. Hurt my feelings. Oh, you got degrees. Hurt my like. There's nothing you can say about me that's gonna hurt my feelings. So honestly, I really don't block too many people because I just don't give a fuck. But Wiley has been blocked for a long time. And I'm probably never gonna unblock Wiley. See, I don't do that block. That's why if I block you, it's for real. Because I don't really do the block unblock thing. I ain't got the energy for that. I don't have the energy to go back and unblock people. So once I block you, that's a wrap. And I have had Wiley blocked for probably about 5 years. Tracy said, OMG, y'all want to see Really Be Go to Hell Off. That video, the video where I cussed out Wiley is in members only. So if you're a member, you can go watch it. But yeah, that day that I cussed Wiley out was the day I blocked him, and I can't see him on Instagram. I can't see him on YouTube. He is blocked. He can't drop down in my chat unless he creates another troll page. He cannot drop down. He might be in here under a troll page, but he ain't in here under Wiley. Anyway, okay, don't fool people like him. He was over there. Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, somebody told me he interviewed the bishop. And people keep saying, where's the bishop? The bishop, the bishop. Maybe the bishop is getting ready for trial. You know, his trial starts next week. The bishop got bigger fish to fry. Oh, Wiley's in these hedges, baby. He might be. I don't care. And again, there's nothing Wiley can say about me that will hurt my feelings. He can call me fat. I don't care. And 90% of what he says is a lie anyway. So he can make up lies about me. Again, I won't ever hear him. I won't ever hear him. Anyway, y'all, just notice you still got your little Christmas tree. You know what? Here's the problem. Okay, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out of here. Here's what's going on with this Christmas tree. I have not put it up yet. I keep taking it off the table and putting it under the table because I don't have nowhere to put it. I don't know where to put it yet. So I have not actually put it away. And what happens is when my cleaning lady comes in, she puts it back on the table. So when y'all see it back on the table, that's because my cleaning lady comes every other Friday. So she came yesterday. I didn't even notice it was there till you said that. So I need to put it up. I need to listen. I don't have nowhere to put it, y'all. I don't have nowhere to put it. I need to put it. I need to take it upstairs and put it upstairs. I just keep forgetting. I don't think nothing. Listen, I don't be thinking about that. The Bishop's criminal trial is next week. It won't be online because it's federal. It starts. I don't know the exact date. It either starts. I don't have the exact date, Villanova, but I believe it starts next week. I'll get y'all the exact date. I will get you the exact date. I'll send you the exact date, Villanova. I don't have it in front of me, but I have it written down somewhere. But yeah, the 26th. Tracy said this, so it's not next week. It's the week after next. The 26th. So it's the 26th. Okay, so not this Monday, next Monday. So yeah, there it is. See, look, the people know, but it's federal court, so no, it won't be streaming. However, we will have a correspondent on the ground. Villanova, we will have a correspondent on the ground. So we will get the information. I'll text you, Villanova. All right, it was good. Cheryl, listen. I'm going to go live later on. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say for real, and then I'm getting out of here. And El Teddy is going live, and y'all sit right there. The 300 people in the chat, we're going to head on over to El Teddy's house. I went to Kempire After Dark last night and had a great time. I'm going to do my live later on today. I met some people. Cheryl is one of the people I met, and it was so nice meeting you, Cheryl. I'm going to tell y'all what happened last night. I had a good time. I had such a good time. That's why I couldn't come back here last night, y'all. I got home. It was a long day. You know, I'm old. You know, I used to go straight to happy hour after work all the time, baby. It's been a long time since I went to happy hour after work, baby. I'm old, okay? And I went to the place last night, and I'll tell y'all about it. But we had a good time. All right, y'all. Well, let's head on over to El Teddy's house and see what he's talking about. I'm sure he's gonna have something to say because he was in the chat. El Teddy was in the chat last night, and I will see y'all back here. Let me say about 3-ish. Maybe about 3-ish. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. CTV. As soon as you send me that information, I'll post it, boo.